Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Corey from KRPmodels here. And this is going to be layout update number 1 on the N-scale Mojave Subdivision 2.0. A lot to get into. I've been absent for a very long time, and I apologize about that. I'm a little rusty at making videos, so I'm going to do my best and show all you guys what I've been up to. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So let's start the update here at Sullivan's Curve, also known as the Cajon Section, the Mormon rocks and all that. It's been sitting, collecting dust, getting knocked into and having things dropped on it, but all in all it's still pretty much intact. A little damage over there in the corner, some to the backdrop. You know, a few little minor touch-ups here and there. Still runs good. I've ran trains on it recently. Over here, it's never really been completed. Just a big vacant lot there next to the bridge. So I'm gonna have an industry there, which is fed by a track to the left. But what I want to talk about before we move on is this right here is a 4-track staging yard which goes behind the backdrop, which I'll show you right now. So this is my staging yard behind the Cajon Section. So it's a good 7-8 feet of storage tracks, which is kind of a crazy idea, but we'll see how that goes. Of course, I got one track I still got to put in, and I put some derailers or re-railers there, excuse me, just to make sure when I'm backing the trains in, nothing's really going screwy on me. So yeah, and had some friends who visited me throw some tags up there. Why not, right? All the switchers are wired in with tortoises and just ready to get hooked up. And we're ready to rock. And this switch here, sorry about the lighting, is going to feed what I hope to have right over here where these boxers are sitting. I think I'm going to put central gas and supply here in this area. So, you know, just to have an industry to switch, and I think that would be appropriate. I got electronics laid out. This is my crossing module. Figured it'd be better just to mount everything on a piece of wood opposed to being underneath the layout, you know, straining yourself. I'll just do it on this and I'll screw it up when it's all ready to go. So before we continue the layout update, I almost glossed over the fact that the lighting on the layout is completely different. Before I had shop lights hanging from the ceiling, just like that, daisy chained together. I think those are 5,000 LED, but they're not LED strips like the Barinas that I have here. They look like that, and they're more superior. They're lighter. They barely weigh anything. They daisy chain them together, and they come with all the hardware and switches and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm super impressed. They're really bright, so bright. I had to cut out printer paper and tape it around as a kind of a, well, to dull it down, if you will. Super bright. Maybe I could have just used 2 strips down the middle instead of 4. But yeah, so that's the new setup on the lighting, with the frame that I built over top to hold it. And that'll go around be consistent all the way around the layout. And of course I got to store a bunch of crap on top, but it's working out really good and I'm liking it. So let's continue on. So let's talk about bench work real quick before we move on. As you can see, there's a subframe underneath the actual layout itself. So when I was rebuilding the layout and thinking about stuff, I wanted to have an incline or decline all the way down to the Cajon section. As you can see, but the short distance and the curvatures, and especially having the lead to my staging tracks, I really had to forfeit that idea because it just wasn't really going to work. I got some pretty tight radiuses here and it just wouldn't work out, so that's why I have the subframe underneath the layout here. But all in all, you know, still got the same premise as my pull-out drawer. Same as before. Yeah, I had to burn some extra wood, but it's all good. Okay guys, so let's move on to the modules I've been working on lately. As you can see, first off, I've moved my TE up out of the way, and the mountain I've been working on. So this is what's been taking up all my time. Believe it or not, I have a tunnel. Never would have thought, but yeah. So hand carved rocks. I actually made a cut slope mountain with V-ditches on it. Up here I got a, just going to be a antenna facility. I got a precast utility shelter there with a propane tank that I've yet to finish. And I got some power lines going. The Hopes graffiti that I drew by hand. Hopes is a famous graffiti artist down here in LA. He's all over the place. So this is Medusa cement, but I'm gonna rename it to Cal Portland cement. And I'm gonna have a flood loading little dock here with a conveyor belt going off to bins with a loader. And I'm going to have a batch plant right here. You know, us N-scalers, we don't get that privilege as the HO scale guys. So I'm going to have to scratch build it. And of course, there's no yard. So, but I do have trains running when I have it connected together. The yard is the last piece of the puzzle as far as the track works. So I plan on having at least 4 or 5, maybe 6 art tracks. So we'll see how that works out. This is going to be Keefe & Sons Ford dealership here, and I think this is going to be an Arco gas station or an AMPM. Of course, we're going to have the Oak Creek Road overpass. This is going to be a Denny's, and I got my shell there. Thank you for tuning in, and now I've said this before, but I think this is going to be a starting point for me to start making videos again. So I hope you guys enjoy what I'm doing. Keep an eye out for me, and talk to you guys soon.